Okay, now that you're here, what do you see as the road ahead for Joseph?
I think this is a good step. I mean, part of being successful is recognizing, you know, he took this and sort of ran with it, which is good from understanding how the internet works. One of the odd things is that Joe probably understands more about the dynamics of communicating and marketing on the internet than 95% of the vice presidents at large game publishers, right? He's already hooked into that and understands that. So I think that this is going to be very useful for him purely from realizing what sort of opportunities he may have to help develop awareness of and support for his future efforts. In terms of his specific level design, I haven't had a chance to actually look at his level. So hopefully he's going to hear from me and get some useful feedback on that, and Eric as well. I think going to RMIT is a great choice. We've had several people come out of there. It's a very sound program, and that will be useful for him. The core thing to being, in today's world, to being a good game designer is the feedback loop, is to get something out there, get the feedback, and then do something useful with that. And that's the process, more than anything else, that differentiates successful and unsuccessful game designers at this point in the industry's evolution. And I think Joe is already well on his way to understanding that and incorporating that into his process as a game designer.
You guys, Valve, are innovators and leaders, especially among the PC community. Do you hope that this precedent will encourage other community leaders and publishers to potentially respond in the same way?
Oh, absolutely. I think we all benefit. I've spoken about this at length. I mean, I don't know what percentage of Valve's revenue in its life has come from games that had their start in the community, but it's got to be a huge percentage. So I mean, I don't know what to say to people to illustrate more concretely the value of being part of and connecting with the community. I mean, it's like there are real dollars associated with it. That's not the only reason to do it, but it seems to be the best, the simplest case to make to other game developers and publishers, is that there's a huge amount of value to working with guys like Joe. I mean, it's like you'll find the most talented and interesting people in the world this way, and I don't know of a more effective way to do it. Also touched a little bit on Left 4 Dead 2. 45 minutes ago, I think you're the first people outside of Valve and Joe to know this. We submitted a build to the Xbox certification people. Then there's also the issue of the ratings in Australia. So right now we're pursuing two tracks. The first track is to release the product that we've created as is in Australia. This is our very strong preference. It's what we're working with the OFLC to see if we can achieve. So we have an appeal of their decision. The issue there is that process is fairly slow, and that the next step on that isn't going to occur until October 22nd. At that point, you start to run into problems with getting through certification at Microsoft and then getting manufactured in time in order to make November 17th. But we are going to continue to go down that path. At the same time, we've also submitted an Australia-specific version of the game, which we think is fully compliant with the OFLC's guidelines for content. We may actually hear about that version today. So the goal is to guarantee that something will be available on November 17th in Australia, while at the same time pushing to get approval for that to be the full version of the game. Anything else? Are we ready for people to play?
Yeah, this is the Australian release.
Get inside! Bring him hawks and chitlins in here! Watch where you're shooting!
Sweetheart, don't shoot me.
Shit, we are alright.
I can't be wrong. I believe I'm on top today. Maybe not.
Grabbing a shot.
You know, actually what we do there is we have a couple whiteboards in the office.
Yeah.
And we just send out an email and say, if you want graffiti, you just want to see that wall. So we have that wall in our office with a bunch of people that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, really? I don't know if they came up with the idea unless it was one, but it worked really well.